All right, let's dive right in. If you're a leader in education, you know that artificial intelligence isn't some sci-fi concept anymore. It's here, and it's in your schools right now. So today, we're breaking down a strategic guide just for you, focusing on how to navigate AI in K12. We're going to give you the key frameworks and the actual steps you can take to lead your district through this, starting today.
And let's just start with the most important question on the table. AI is already in your classrooms. It's on your students' phones. It's in your teacher's lesson planning. The real question isn't if you'll deal with AI, it's how you're going to lead through this massive shift. A proactive plan isn't a nice-to-have anymore. It's an absolute must. So, to help you build that very plan, here's our roadmap. We'll start with the reality on the ground, then introduce the single most important principle you'll need. After that, we'll walk through 3 big action items: building your framework, empowering your people, and navigating the risks. And we'll wrap it all up by talking about your specific role as a leader in all this. Okay, let's get into our first section, the AI reality in schools. The main takeaway here is pretty simple. The debate about whether we should adopt AI is, well, it's over. The real conversation, the one that needs your leadership, is all about how we integrate it thoughtfully and responsibly. This right here is the hard truth, and it's a message that's coming directly from places like Washington's Office of Superintendent of Public Instruction. Your students, they're already on it. They're using these incredibly powerful tools with or without an official policy from you. Trying to slow down or wait this out, that's just not an option. The reality of student use means you need a district-wide strategy like yesterday. So, knowing how urgent this is, where in the world do you even begin? Well, your guiding star, the one principle for every single decision you make, brings us to Section 2, the human in the loop. This is the core idea coming from the U.S. Department of Education, and honestly, it should be the bedrock of your entire AI strategy. This framework really shows what human in the loop actually looks like. See that big circle on the outside? That's the human part. It wraps around everything else for a reason. It's a visual reminder that the technology is supposed to serve our goals, not the other way around. Your educators, your students, and you're the ones who have to make the critical calls, use good judgment, and steer the ship. AI is the tool, not the captain. And this quote, it's the perfect mantra to put that idea into practice every single day. Just think of it as a simple 3-step process. It starts with a real human question. It uses AI to generate something, but, and this is the most important part, it always ends with human reflection and ownership. It's all about making us smarter, not replacing us. Okay, with that guiding principle locked in, let's get down to business. Section 3, building your AI framework. This is where we go from a big idea to a real concrete policy for your district. The key here is not to get overwhelmed. You can break this down into 3 manageable steps, and this comes from guidance from the Virtual Learning Leadership Alliance. Step 1, start with a vision. Forget the tech for a second. What are your educational goals? How can AI help you get there? Step 2, develop clear, easy-to-understand policies around ethics and academic integrity. And third, plan the nuts and bolts, the tech, the operations, and how on earth you're going to assess learning now. Of course, a brilliant framework sitting in a binder is useless. Which brings us right to Section 4, empowering your people. Because let's be real, the technology itself doesn't solve anything. Success is 100% dependent on developing AI literacy in your staff and your students. Now, before you can empower anybody, you've got to have a shared language. The New Mexico Public Education Department has this fantastic, clear-as-day definition of AI literacy. It's not just about knowing which button to click. It's really a 3-part skill. Understanding how this stuff works under the hood, being able to weigh the good and the bad, and then knowing how to apply it wisely. This is a perfect foundation for any professional development you're planning. So what should that professional development actually accomplish? Well, first, you got to empower your teachers to get creative with AI in their curriculum. Second, you need a crystal clear district-wide agreement on what academic integrity looks like in 2024. Third, you have to lean into the tough conversations about ethics and equity. And finally, you have to give people access to the right tools so this isn't all just theory. But giving people new tools always comes with new challenges. And that takes us to Section 5, navigating critical risks. As a leader, you're the ultimate guardian of your students' safety and privacy, and AI adds a whole new layer of complexity to that job. AI is a classic double-edged sword. On one side, you have this unbelievable potential, right? We're talking truly personalized learning, taking a huge administrative load off your teachers, making the whole district run smoother. But the other side of that sword is sharp. You've got real risks, algorithmic bias creeping in, huge data privacy concerns, and new forms of academic dishonesty. Your job is to chase that potential while building strong fences around the pitfalls.
This quote from a Department of Education report just hits the nail on the head. You cannot do this without the trust of your community, your teachers, students, and parents. Every single policy you write, every tool you consider, has to be run through one filter. Does this build trust or does it break it?
And a huge part of building trust is making sure you're legally compliant. The big takeaway here is that you don't need a whole new set of laws for AI. You have to apply the foundational education laws we've had for years. You have to ask, does this AI tool comply with FERPA on privacy? Does it meet SEPA's safety rules? And, critically, does it meet the accessibility and equity requirements of IDEA and the ADA?
So all of this leads us to our final section, and really the most important one, your leadership role. This isn't just another initiative to manage. This is a genuine opportunity to shape what learning looks like for a generation. Ultimately, your main job is not to be a cheerleader for technology. It is to be its chief interrogator. You have to be the one leading the charge, asking the tough questions, and making sure that every single AI tool aligns with your district's core mission for kids. You set the vision, not the tech vendors. So we'll leave you with this. AI is an incredibly powerful tool, no doubt about it. But it is not a magic wand. It's not going to fix deep-seated problems in teaching or in our systems. It just makes everything faster and bigger. So the ultimate question, the one for you as a leader, is this. How will you lead your community to use this incredible power wisely, ethically, and in a way that truly serves your students?